Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the Inside Spurs channel. Happy Friday late afternoon. Hope the day's been good. Hope you have had a solid day. It's not been stressful. You look forward to a belter of a weekend. The weather looks pretty decent still, but the football's back, and that's the important thing. We're talking transfers in this video anyway. We're going to be talking about actually a couple of surprising transfers in Quinton Timber and Dani Rodríguez, but also an update on Nico Williams and his, conversation he's had with Bilbao ahead of the summer transfer window. So plenty to talk about, plenty to get into. I just want to say, if you're new, subscribe. You're very much welcome to join us for the journey. And I'm going to start with Quinton Timber. So Cambridge Team Talker said that Tottenham are reportedly keeping an eye on the progress of feyenoord midfielder Quinton Timber. He has been linked to Arsenal, okay? So just bearing that in mind, because bear in mind his brother plays at Arsenal as well. Let's talk about who he is, though. So Quinton Ryan Crispito Timber, what a name, wow. 22 years old, he'll turn 23 in June of this year. Central midfielder, contract expires in the summer of 2026. So we're going to be looking at 2 years left on his deal this summer. That's normally the summer that you want to try and cash in, because that's where you have as much power as you can hope to have. This season, when you actually look at it from central midfield, 35 games, 14 goal contributions. That's very, very good. He's played 23 times in the Eredivisie. He's scored 6, assisted 6. So 23 games, he's averaging 1 goal contribution every other game, which I think is bonkers. But he's played just shy of 3,000 minutes across. So he's a massive part of who Feyenoord are. They're a good team because of him being such a key part of that team as well. Look, I mean, his brother went, I think, for in sort of the range of about 40 to 50 million, somewhere in there, right? I'd assume Quinton Timber's probably going to cost something about 30 to 40 million as well. It's not going to be cheap. He is a very solid player. There is no denying that he's a very, very solid player, and he's a player that's quite an athletic midfielder, happy to get stuck in. His brother's a right back, centre back and left back by trade who can play a bit of central midfield. Quinton Timber, central midfield by trade. He is a absolute bull hawk for the ball. But the fact that he can contribute going forward could offer you the fact that, look, he can play a 6, but he can play an 8. I would probably see him maybe more as an 8, just the fact that he can go a bit more box-to-box, a Sarr-esque player. And this is what we're looking at. We're looking at really a 6 or an 8. That's what we're truly looking at this summer, right? Where we talk about Gallagher, for example, we're looking at a 6 or an 8. Maybe that Bentancur slides more into the 6, and him and Basuma the 6s, and Sarr and the other guy are the 8s, and all that jazz. But look, he's a good player. We'll keep an eye on him because, like I said, the Arsenal keep an eye on him. We'll keep an eye on him. Let's talk about Dani Rodríguez. So this came from Sport Witness through Sport. Said that Tottenham are interested in the player, which panics Barcelona. Barca know they can't compete financially, and so are relying on presenting a sporting plan. Sport doesn't sound too confident on their behalf. Look, I mean, the fact that we've made Barcelona worried about the fact that we can offer a better financial package shows how absolutely nuked their finances are. I mean, they're getting rid of Nike, their kit sponsor, looking to create their own so they can take 100% of the profits. That's desperation. It could work, and if it does work, money's going to be flying, but desperation. I mean, look, he's 18 years old. I think he turns 19 in August. In the UEFA Youth Leagues, where he's done the most of his football. 7 games, 4 goals, 3 assists from sort of that wing position. He's more of a winger, but can play a bit of central, maybe a more attacking midfielder if necessary. Look, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and I know a ton about him. It has kind of come out of left field on this front, but hey, La Masia players normally turn out to be half decent, don't they? There's quite a few of them. Lamine Yamal is the one big one in the Barca squad at the moment. And the fact that, you get him for free, or get him cheaply at least, why not? Why not? Let me finish off with Nico Williams, the man who has a bit of a market this summer. Representative Nico Williams are informing teams that the Atletico Bilbao winger is ready to move on this summer. HITC understands a move to England this summer appears increasingly likely. It came from Graham Bailey. He used to be with 90-minute football. He must have moved. Interesting. I was reading the article. I was thinking, I wanted to know a little bit more about who was actually interested in Nico Williams. And the fact that, Liverpool are looking kind of to the heir to the Salah role out on the right wing, and that's why I think they are really in for Neto. You know, they've had some success buying from Wolves before. He plays the position that Salah plays. It could be the next sort of step of the post-Klopp era that I mean, they're talking about Michael Edwards coming back to run it all, but you should have the situation where you kind of go, look, well, Salah's not getting younger. We go and get Neto. Yes, maybe he doesn't give you the exact same output as a Salah does, but then you start to look at, you know, Diaz or Nunez or Gakpo and say, look, we need you to step up a bit more now. You know, you've offered us this, now we need this, because we might lose Salah in a year or two's time, and we want to make sure that if we do lose him, there's not a drop off. We don't fall down the league because of it. You know, and I think that's the next evolution of the Liverpool thing. So that's why I think they look at Neto being the guy that, yes, he's not going to become a cheap player, but, you know, I think that's the next step for them. For Arsenal, they're linked with Nico Williams and Neto. Villa are linked with Nico Williams. We're linked with both Neto and Nico Williams. I think most of the big boys in Spain are linked to Nico Williams. He's got a £42.5 million release clause. He's cheaper probably than Rafinha. I don't know why I was doing all this. Jazz hands, sorry. He's probably cheaper than Rafinha. He's cheaper than Neto. Yeah, I'm all for this, to be honest. I wasn't sure not long ago, but the more I've thought about it, he's 42.5 million. That's right in Spurs' range. That kind of signing is right in Spurs' range. Plays both wings. His brother is Iron Man. Doesn't miss a game of football. If Nico Williams is half of that, he's barely going to miss football, which is great. I'm all for this. This is a deal that I'm all for. But we shall see. We shall see. We're not too sure yet. Long time to go. Maybe someone else comes out of nowhere that we don't expect. Maybe Nusa comes back through again, and obviously Runabaji as well. We shall see. Anyway, guys, at the end of the video, hope you enjoyed. Drop a like on the video if you did. Hit me in the comment section your thoughts and feelings about Nico Williams, about Dani Rodríguez and Quinton Timber. Yes, no, why, all that jazz. I want to know your thoughts and feelings about it all. Obviously, subscribe to the channel if you're new and hit the bell notification for more. But anyway, guys, at the end of the video, I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care, guys.